Today I want to talk a little bit about credit cards and how to use them here in the Netherlands and in Europe in general. If you're traveling from abroad, some tips are really important that you have to keep in mind. So stay tuned till the end of the video because I'm gonna give some directions on how to go, what to do, where to use your credit card, where you cannot use your credit card, and if you're moving to the Netherlands, should you apply for a credit card? So yeah, it's tricky. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I don't do like a direct talk to the camera. This is the first time I do this in my new house. I've been living here for I think 1 year now. Yes, getting close to that. I still live in Rotterdam. I started recording now in English because my boyfriend is Dutch and it's the only way I can communicate with him. So basically when we're traveling I have to speak in English so he can follow up on the videos, and he started to engage a little bit. But yeah, I just like filming, recording. I like to have this things for me to remember. Sometimes I go back to my old videos and I see how I was back in the days, and it's really nice to have these memories there. So in today's video I'm gonna focus a little bit on talking about credit cards. Here in the Netherlands it's quite hard to get an overview about it. People don't usually use credit cards much, especially in the Netherlands, that the culture is quite different than America, for example. So it's even hard to get places that accept credit cards in a lot of places. So I'm gonna tackle a little bit on this. But yeah, so finally back on recording from home. I'm gonna be speaking English from now on in this channel. So and also, fun fact, when I did my last 2 videos, I posted recently 3 videos. 2 of those really got a lot of views. Once I speak Portuguese, I don't get as many views. Also, I'm an expat, so let's see how it goes. So travel vlogs is a little bit tricky because you're not traveling all the time, and you have to keep consistent and you have to produce content. I'm gonna find new topics and explain a little bit how my expat life is here in the Netherlands. I do not live in Amsterdam, I live in Rotterdam. As you can see, the cube houses here, which is quite nice. I have a non-painted scenario and it's quite natural, but it's just love it to have them there. Those are actually houses. Those windows there, people live there, so I hope they don't show up. And yeah, so let's cut to the chase, let's get into it. So today I want to talk a little bit about credit cards and how to use them here in the Netherlands and in Europe in general. If you're traveling from abroad, some tips are really important that you have to keep in mind. So stay tuned till the end of the video because I'm gonna give some directions on how to go, what to do, where to use your credit card, where you cannot use your credit card, and if you're moving to the Netherlands, should you apply for a credit card? So yeah, it's tricky. A lot of Dutch people do not do that, so you have to find like your way in and how to adapt to this new culture and new environment that you're getting into. So yeah, my credit card, what was my choice? So this is not a financial advice, nothing that I'm non-sponsored, as you can see by the size of this channel for now. But yeah, I do not get anything from it. But I chose to have an American Express Platinum, which was tricky when I was deciding, because if you read about it and if you consume a little bit of content regarding credit cards, and if you come from different countries, you know that American Express is a heavy brand. Like, it's a good offer in terms of miles and points and everything else. I think it's the strongest one. But when it comes to the European advantages that you can have, for a lot of people it sounds even less acceptable. So if you compare to the benefits that you have for having an American Express in the US, it's completely absurd. And I see a lot of discussions and topics of like, is it worth it to pay $600 to have this in the US with this and that? So if I remember correct, the annual fee to have it in the Netherlands is 800 something. So you pay around like 65 euros per month. But there are counter offers there that you can get this money back to you. So that really depends on your lifestyle, what you do for a living, how's your periodicity in traveling. So remember also that like in Europe, it's quite easy to travel internationally. which plays a huge part on like the access that you want to have. If you want to go to more airport lounges, how long do you stay, the amount of flights that are canceled when it's like national flights. I don't know if it's the same like in US or Brazil or somewhere else, but like if you think of Europe in general, it's different. So this is my credit card. I don't know the material of it. It's not those normal plastics. But yeah, it's just a normal credit card, I think. But yeah, this is it. The fee I already mentioned, I think it's around 60 to 65 euros per month. You have some privileges, so you have access. You get a priority pass access, so you can go in with a companion to any lounges. Basically, there's a few that you can get in, but whatever. Like I never had problems on getting into lounges. Sometimes it's Schiphol here in Amsterdam is a little bit tricky because you have to wait a little bit to get in because it's one of the busiest airports in Europe. But yeah, I never had problems. Maximum I had to wait like 25 minutes, let's say, in highest peak. So in summer, yeah, it's quite busy. But yeah, no problem so far. The fees are high, yes, but there are some TikToks that you can get this back. You also have a separate lounge for premiumism, more elaborated VIP lounge that they have here in Schiphol, in Eindhoven, and Rotterdam. So yeah, there's two prerequisites. So you have to be an EU citizen and you have to live in the Netherlands, registered here. And yeah, I've been to this one like 3 or 4 times max, because for you to get in, you need to have, you can only go alone, or you have to have a registered partner in your credit card. So my boyfriend, for example, he could get in because he's an EU citizen and he lives in the Netherlands. But for him to get in with me, he has to pay 30 euros on top of it. So it's not for free. You can have companion, but you have to pay for it, and it's around 30 to 35 euros. It's very exclusive. It's really nice. They have like really good meals inside. They have a chef. They have like proper meals. It's not like just those lounge stuff. But yeah, you have these prerequisites to get in. You go fast track on security once you go via premium. That's really nice, when especially in Schiphol now that in summer it's quite busy, so there's a lot of queues in security for X-ray. The reason why you have to be an EU citizen is because they background check you when you register for it, and you go there, you make a registration, they take like some videos of your iris or something, and they take your passport, so you're already pre-scanned. They have more information on you when you pass through that. So yeah, I think it's quite like the fast track that they have in the US, but here is only in the Netherlands. Honestly, I only go there when I'm by myself, which then it's worth it because I can go with fast track security and I can use the privileges there. But when I'm with my boyfriend or when I'm with friends, I just go to the other lounge, which I can bring one person for free, so I'm not alone, and my friends or my boyfriend can enjoy that with me and have the experience the same way. This is a plus, but depends on your way of traveling. But if you're married and you have kids and they're registered on your American Express Platinum card, they have the same benefits as you. So they're gonna be registered at in premium and they can use freely for free. Another tip for when you have an American Express Platinum here is that you have 300 euros of waive fee when going to nice restaurants there. So you have a pool of restaurants that are pre-registered in the American Express. You can check on their app. If I remember correctly, it's called American Express Experiences. I have to go to the Dutch version, of course. The app is quite shitty, to be honest, because it's all in Dutch. I do not speak Dutch, and I just have to be like screenshotting and translating on Google Translate, or ask Yale, my boyfriend, to read it for me. And we're usually traveling together, so it helps. But it's not always that I have him there. But you go like to the cuisine, and you can find some really nice restaurants and beach clubs. So I went recently to Ibiza, which I have some videos here, so check my YouTube, it's quite recent. And in this video I went to a beach club there, and it was part of this cashback. So basically how it works, I have 150 euros to spend in the Netherlands and have 150 euros to spend out of the Netherlands, regardless of European Union or not. So like globally, I have to pay with my credit card. I cannot use Apple Pay with the credit card there. It cannot be via any other way of payments. have to be the physical one. Those restaurants are usually more expensive, so it's when you go like for a nice dinner, if you're going for, I don't know, birthday or like anniversaries or something, then I think it's more the time to use this restaurants codes. But I don't think it's like those restaurants that you go on a daily basis or whatsoever. Thinking generally this is 800 that you pay on a year basis, you have 300 that you get back in this situation. If you account the prices of going to VIP lounges, depending on how much you travel, yes, it's worth it. So if you think that every time you go to the airport, you spend at least like 20 to 25 euros minimum. I made a self-justification when I was getting the car that if I travel internationally for more than 5 times a year, it's worth it for me. And I do travel even more than that. For the first time, I used an insurance in my life, regardless of health insurance, but like credit card insurance. I had never needed that. However, also in my video of Ibiza, you can see that I was in the outage of the systems globally that happened on the 19th of July of 2024. For those who are not aware, like all the airports got out of the system or something happened there. I was flying Vueling, which is a low cost here. Got a little bit desperate because I don't know like how they're gonna repay me. Like still ongoing some discussions on it. Actually, I have some claims open with them. And I remembered I have this credit card insurance that I almost forgot. So I called them, I think it was AXA, the insurer, and they told me I have 200 euros back per person of return. So everyone that was in that same booking as I was could get 200 back. However, it was not that simple. In fact, it was only me. Like people there are with me, they have to be registered as dependent in the credit card to have the same benefits. So Yale was in the same booking as I was. We bought the tickets with my credit card. However, he was not registered with me. If he was, I would get 400, but he wasn't, so I got only 200. Because it was a global outage, I didn't get the European law money back, the compensation that I have. Otherwise, I would have got 400 euros from Vueling plus this per person, plus this 200 euros from my insurance. It didn't happen because it was a global outage, so it's considered force majeure, which is when they're not forced to pay anything. They did have to pay for my accommodation. Then they only paid half still, but the claims is still ongoing. They're still analyzing it, but they have to pay back everything that I spent after cancellation, of course. But because it was force majeure, it's a little bit tricky on how they're gonna treat this situation there. But still, there was another thing that is like, it's crazy. People do not care about points or miles or whatsoever, and I couldn't find any other credit card that would give points. And why? Like, you don't have VIP lounges access, like, oh, it's okay, like this is just for when you travel, but points equals money. So if you're not getting points for the euros you spent, you're losing money, basically. I joined the American Express. It was 1.5 points per euro spent. Now I think it's 1. I hope they don't decrease it, but I think because people do not join American Express here in the Netherlands, they have to decrease the benefits that they have to the people that are already there, which is not fair, to be honest, because if you want to increase a business, it should not be impacting those that are actually valuing that. And American Express is a huge brand, so come on, just increase this 1.5 or something, just give us something. But yeah, you can get points from it. And you have referral codes, which, by the way, I'm gonna put my link here. So if you live in the Netherlands, if you want to explore the American Express cards and benefits and everything else, click the link down below and you're gonna be directed to there. And right now, I think there's a referral of 100,000 points for people that join via link for both ways. So I get 100 and you get 100. Usually this decreases. So if you click this after this promotion is on, I think it's gonna be 40 and I get 80. There's some tricks on that. Talking about clicks, please subscribe and like this video. I'm just starting this YouTube channel. I'm trying to produce some content here. But yes, Getting back to it, points, yes, you can, and you can also like exchange points to flights. So I can, here in the Netherlands it's quite common to use Flying Blue because Flying Blue is the KLM group. So Flying Blue and Air France and Transavia are the biggest ones. You also have the low cost, but low cost, I don't know how to use them. But if you go to the American Express website there, you can see all the ways of transferring. If I remember correctly, every 5 American Express points, it equals 4 Flying Blue credits. So yeah, it's 5 to 4, which is okay. Used to be 1 to 1, and now it's 5 to 4. That I came back from New York, which also I have a video here, speaking more in Portuguese, but you can see the scenes. I remember that I came back from New York. I went to Brazil, then I came back via New York. So Rio was Amsterdam, Rio, New York, Amsterdam. And that flight from just Amsterdam, New York was 15K Flying Blues miles. Now I don't know if it's more or less. And total my way back was 45 because it was 30,000 miles Rio, New York, and 15 New York, Amsterdam. So it was amazing. I was just so happy that I was using that I got to the counter there and I got an upgrade for $200 because I was like, okay, this is coming for free to me. So I know that points are not for free, like, but yeah, I wouldn't have it anymore other way. So I just got an upgrade of my seat and it was quite nice. Another thing that you get is that you can you just become gold in some status of hotels and rental cars. So Hertz, Marriott, Hilton, you name it, you go to the highest of their status codes there, meaning you can get some like breakfast for free. You can get some upgrading room when you get there. The thing is, those companies are quite pricey, so if you think of the European way of traveling, I don't know if it's worth it because people usually don't go to Hilton or to Marriott. They don't go to these hotels. They don't use that. You just get like lower prices. That's the European mindset. If you have this lifestyle that you're already going to this type of hotels, if you're already renting the cars through those companies, yeah, you're gonna get some upgrades. But if not, I personally never used it. But if you do and have it, it's good to have. So don't change your lifestyle just because you have benefits. I'm not here to give financial advice. This is not at all financial advice. You just do it upon your discretion if you're gonna join this or not. But be mindful of your current lifestyle and if you have to increase or decrease something to pursue that. So yeah, just have this mind trick so you just don't get like stuff that you don't need for nothing. Because it's very exciting in the beginning. I'm just gonna go to lounges, this and that. But in the end, is it worth it for you? So just think of your current way of living. And now I'm gonna talk a little bit of how it is the payment system in the Netherlands, not going on the European sector here because that really depends on which country you're going to. But in the Netherlands, it's really hard to find places that accept American Express even. So you're gonna go to a lot of stores. If you try to pay from Apple Pay with American Express, it's not gonna accept. Sometimes if you put a credit card physically, it does go through, but there's like some major chains of supermarket here, like Albert Heijn, it do not accept American Express. Sometimes you go to bars and they do not accept. So this is also something to be mindful if you're deciding to apply for American Express here in the Netherlands, because sometimes you're just not gonna be able to use it, meaning no points, you don't travel much. I don't know, wouldn't be my choice. But yeah, also in other countries in Europe, you're gonna face it. So always have a debit card with you. In the Netherlands, they have this Maestro thing that is like Visa, MasterCard, but they have a Maestro. I have no clue why, but not even Visa or Master works sometimes. So you either have an European credit card that has Maestro, or you just have a Dutch bank account, or I don't know. Don't ask me that, but I know that Visa is more accepted than MasterCard here because Maestro looks like MasterCard. I don't know if there's like something there. What I heard once, which I'm not sure at all, is that the places when they have the machines, if they have only Maestro, they don't pay any fee. But I think the Netherlands is trying to waive it up, and yeah, they're gonna start accepting more other brands. But so far this is my Maestro thing. So good to always have cash. A lot of places also do not accept cash. If you're gonna go for Wise or Revolut or those credit cards, sometimes it goes, sometimes it doesn't. I have friends that they come to visit me, we go to Albert Heijn, they pay with Wise, some go through, some doesn't. So yeah, it's hard to understand what's going on with those machines here, but yeah, you're gonna go through this and you have to decide whether or not to use American Express. And I came back from Spain, as I said, there was places that I could use, some places I couldn't. Always good to have some cash with you, which I don't personally like, but when I travel there, but there's always ATMs. So don't worry much. If you have euros in your account, just go to an ATM. Some of them can convert directly, so if you're exchanging from American dollars from other currencies, you can just exchange it there. With that being said, I hope I gave you a clear idea of the overall concepts and how it works here. If you're an expat moving here, there are some criteria that you can or cannot apply to the American Express. You have to have a certain salary. It matters if you have a permanent or non-permanent contract with your company. If you're an entrepreneur, they're gonna check some other statements there. And you can make your decision based on how you spend and how you live life. I'm not sure how it works in other countries in Europe, but I believe the European system follows like same standards, right? But yeah, if you compare to other countries, it can be different, but you can check it all on the American Express website. So yeah, check my link down below if you're willing to apply, because it's really good to use a referral code and then you get points. So we get points. Oh, and by the way, by the end of this month, I'm going to Adele's concert in Munich. So I'm gonna record some videos there. I hope you really like it, because I have really high expectations for this concert. I'm just a little bit worried because I heard that the venue is full open. So if it rains, I'll be there. And also I'm going like mid-September more or less, to Lisbon. Coincidentally, my cousin, she's moving to Portugal. She's gonna study in the University of Coimbra. If you even want to know how is the application process there, just comment down below. I can ask her a few tips on how it is. So if you're like 18 and wants to move to Portugal, she can give some tips on how to apply, how this whole process works, how the fee applies. There's some different fees if you're an international student, and she can talk a little bit about it. And then I can make more videos upon that. Let me know if you like these types of videos with me just talking at home. I quite like the background here. But yeah, I'm not sure how it's gonna be when the weather is bad. Yeah, let's see. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, share, and positive vibes. I hope you like it. If there's other videos here that I posted recently this year in 2024. I posted about Amsterdam Pride. I posted about my Ibiza travel. I posted a throwback of my New York travel that was in the beginning of the year, so it was quite snowy. I wasn't speaking English there, but you can see some stuff there. My videos are quite short. This is the longest I've been. Let me see. Yeah, I think this is the longest I've ever done, but let's see how it goes. Thanks for watching.